Hello everyone, I'm Kako Chrissy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I will show you a Hongshan Jade piece is very important in this Jade culture, Jade history. That will bring the Hongshan Jade truly to the head of long Chinese Jade history. You look at this piece, this massive, rounded, not truly even shaped. You will see this part get flattened a little bit with 4 holes towards 4 direction. And you see this part is round and this side is not really. This shape is a tube. You can see the inside polish. This tube shape with 4 holes towards 4 direction. Actually, archaeologists find a lot of this kind of a tube made by clay. They line up in lines, in the rows, 1 row, 2 row, many of them. So archaeologists was amazed, say, what is this thing to do? They got a conclusion is because it is no real function to do that for this piece design. There's no bottom, want to hold water, liquid of anything. 2 ends open, and besides the 4 more holes on this body in the center part. So they conclude that this thing was made for those ceremony, for the prayer purpose. So that's the right. But no one have find out this design thing was made by Jade. When you reach this area, you just depend on those designs published on auction catalog or on books. Is not enough to solve the mystery. You need some degree of background of old Asian Chinese history. So we know this for the ceremony's purpose. And from this towards the 4 direction holes, we find out in those old Asian textbook 2,000 years ago, in the Han Dynasty, some famous scholar wrote it. They say this kind of a thing, let's go on the 4 direction. That's related to all the Chinese belief to sacrifice, to service the earth. They believe earth was square. So they say Chong, there's a name called Chong, like this piece was made in Liangzhu culture, little bit 1,000 years later than the Hongshan culture. You will see, we will reach this area. This inside was round, but the outside was squarish. This kind of jade is majority of Liangzhu jade. They made just so many of them. The quantities, the qualities, no one before them and no one after them to reach that level. So we know Chong, this name called Chong, was a major important piece for the ceremony. So where those Liangzhu people got that design from? No one have asked this question yet. Our research have not reached that stage yet. So we presented this piece, we can feel that there's a missing puzzle. Hongshan culture is not only by their age. There's the oldest one in the Chinese history for the jade history, but also it is truly Hongshan Jade is the head of the whole 8,000 years Chinese jade history, because this piece is their Cong to service land, to sacrifice the earth. By how they use this, I'm not really very sure. Probably something smoke, fire inside, and by the air, the smoke come out from those four directions towards the up. That's covered all directions. In Chinese culture, they believe where the earth, the beginning with the whole big lump, the whole thing is a big lump of air, is very similar with those ancient Greek philosophy. They believe it was from the air, and the air they turning and turning, and the light air will come up at the top, and the heavy air will sink underneath. The upper one will be the yang in Chinese word, and the heavy one will sink underneath. That's the called yin. From this concept, from one whole big massive air mixing together and divided to two, yin and yang, and from yin and yang they divided to four. That's a very important concept. Chinese people always like an even number. They like twos, they like fours, and six and eight, so on. They don't like those single digit. Okay, so we go through this the thing to recognize this piece is really take some time. I even didn't have the courage to put this piece into my Hongshan book a couple of years ago. It's so unusual, and you won't. I couldn't find a similar piece on any catalog with this design. Only some very similar design piece by clay in those archaeologists' research book. So that's it for this piece. Let's look at this. That's the reason I provided you with a 4-point checkup. Only by the 4-point checkup, let's say, we go through the jade material, stain, the design, the craftsmanship, we can add up our knowledge little by little, one piece from one piece to the second piece, so on to move on. And we correct our knowledge, we upgraded them, we have to constantly upgrade our knowledge, such as this piece is a good example. If without a 4-point checkup, you will have no clue where to start it, to look at for this piece. And without a background, the cultural history background, you probably don't see the significance, important meaning for this piece. Let's go through this. You see the jade material inside? This called old Xiuyan. We have the one through couple of pieces before. And this is the yellow-green thing. But if you, without those heavily stained white outside, like a costume-like surface, we have the one to two pieces before this. Probably it's very hard for you to recognize this is a piece. By we know this material, so this is not so clean. by know this material, by know this stem, based on the knowledge we got from previous few pieces with the same material, same stem, similar looking surface, even the craftsmanship is the similar, you can identify, say, they are 4 out of 3. Yes, I can see. And then just this design, I don't know. That's the reason we have to dig in to another research source, such as the archaeologist, their research by Guo Dashun. They already identified this kind of shape, although made by different material. That's the typical Hongshan culture piece. So I'm glad I have the courage to put this piece back to where it belongs to, and we add on probably that the first piece to show Hongshan people already have this Cong concept. Although later on people make a Cong is outside the square dish shape, some of you still have roundish corners, but basically is majority of those Cong is a square dish outside. That's 4,000 years ago. Far before that, Hongshan people use this kind of a tube as a Cong to service the earth. That's why I'm so happy to put this guy back to where it belonged to. This way we can truly say all those jade form, like a round-shaped disc B for service heaven, this Cong rounded but with 4 direction holes out, this service for earth, even the different kind of like Huang pieces, you name it. Most of the majority of the jade pieces in Hongshan culture, they already have it. So I hope you enjoy this piece. I hope